Hi guys, welcome to Mountain Bear Outdoors. I'm in Lee Woods today. I'm going to show you the Garmin GPSmap64. I'm going to show you Burwalls Cave. There's a small bit of wildlife there for you. Let's make a start. But first I'd like to show you some of the lesser known parts of Lee Woods. We've got something called Burwalls Cave. That's on the University Road, just over one of the old university buildings. We're quite close to the actual main body of Lee Woods itself. I'll get the GPS on so I can get you some grid coordinates for that. So if we just wander in then, guys, you can take this all the way down to the road. But what people don't know is that there's a Burwalls Cave located off in this direction. So what we'll do is we'll go and have a look. I'm not sure if it's going to be occupied or not. You do get students living in there, anything to get out of paying a rent, eh? Yes, you do get people living in there. There's, people's things left lying around. We might be all right, we might not. I'll go and have a look, and hopefully won't disturb anybody. We can just show you it. It overlooks Hotwells Road. Just throw my bag on a minute. Yes, it overlooks Hotwells Road. That leads into the actual city centre itself. Yeah, I didn't know about it until a friend of mine mentioned it, so we made a little bit of a mission to go and find it. So all you have to do then, guys, you have to hug the tree line. You'll see the university building. We'll walk past the university building. If you've got that on your left hand side, you know you're going in the right direction. So I'm trying to break in some new walking boots today as well. I got some Hakes high reliability. These are the cold wet weather versions. There's no fabric panels on the side of these ones. So far they're proven to be quite comfortable. You do need a decent pair of socks though, because they will chafe like you wouldn't believe. They're quite a rigid pair of boots. So you literally just follow this path there. You can see where all these trees have been chopped down. I know we're on the right path. I've been up here a few times, so I know where I'm going, but the first time it was quite sort of hit and miss, trial and error as to whether we get the right bit. Me and a friend came down. It can be a little bit treacherous when it's muddy. Just bear that in mind. There's a couple of slippery slopes. So that's part of the university building just over there. There's another one of these cramp balls. If that was dry, we could use that as tinder. So I have brought my GPS with me today. Got the GPSmap64. I've been promising you guys a review and a demo, which hopefully today we can do. It's in my bag. Provided the batteries are working, I'll show you it. The sun's not out as well, which will be helpful because it does give off a lot of glare off of the screen. So obviously you guys aren't going to be able to see what I'm doing. I can't really do a tabletop review because you need to be outdoors for the GPS to work. Otherwise you won't get a signal. It needs to have line of sight to a satellite. So we're on the right track. Just keep following this path. There's not a hell of a lot in there, but it's just one of those places that the name might get battered about a bit, but you've never seen it. It's quite a self-explanatory little track. So we just keep up high. Sun's not out today, it's a little bit damp, which also means it's probably going to be a little bit humid as well. So I'll probably get a bit of a sweat on at some point. Nothing unusual for me. So I brought the Dutch Army mess cup with me today as well. I've got a tin of soup with me. That was the first thing that came out the cupboard. So we'll heat that up on the BCB stove later on. That can be our dinner. This is all new since I last came out. They've actually tried to put a little track in. So hopefully if people have been coming here a little bit more often to investigate, we might not have an issue getting into the cave. There might not be anyone living in there. So you've got the Tree line just over there with the fence. That's the main university building. Little notice there, ripped down. This is all completely new. Somebody's definitely been building down here. Someone's even put a little sign up, man cave. So we just dropped down here. Also just watch it for you. So we're pretty much there. I don't know if anyone's going to be living in here. So we'll see. This is a little bit treacherous. You can hear the road traffic just on Hot Wells Road in the distance now. So somebody's definitely turned this into their home. Wow, that's impressive. I'll just show you the entrance and show you Hot Wells Road as well. Someone's definitely been busy down here. Well, this is all new, it's just been gated off as well. I don't know if you can see, but the traffic just over in the distance is Hot Wells Road. These gates are new, these were never here last time. I don't know whether the council's put these in, stop people coming in and wrecking the joint, but I think it needs a bit of a tidy up. Somebody's been setting up shop in here. Well, that's a shame. So yeah, this is Burwalls Cave then, guys. Full of bits and pieces. So it'd be interesting to find out who's got the keys for it. There's a skylight you can see down through as well. You can see into the back of the cave. So yeah, we did manage to get in there a couple of times. The gates in there. You see it's a bit of a mess all about the place. So what we'll do then, guys, is we'll take a wander back up. I'll take you over to Lee Woods. We'll have a bit of a trot round. We'll have a look at the GPS as well then. So I'll see you in a little bit. So yeah, we're here. You saw one of my mountain biking videos. At the halfway point, I showed you the signpost and that. Halfway point of the track. That's where the actual main car park is. So that's where we're going to start today. We're going to have a little wander off. Quite nice, easy straight road. Speed humps and that. It's about 15-20 mile an hour limit, so just go careful. You do get a lot of children, dogs, people wandering out on the road, so one to be aware of. You can park just over there if you want to. You can carry on down, which is what I'm going to do. Where the sun's gone. Loads of different avenues you can walk off on around Lee Woods. It's quite a big place. As I said earlier, it's quite difficult to get lost. If I see any signposts, I'll flag them up for you. Where we're going to park is down here. Take my jacket off as well. It's quite humid already, so here we are. Right, it should pull over a bit. We're here. Alright, so just going to put the bike up and get rid of my lid, and then we'll make a start. I shall see you in a minute. Alright, so we just walked down from the car park. You've got two options. You can get a Paradise Bottom. You can branch off round to the right. Paradise Bottom straight on. So it's quite well signposted. So we're going to walk past there. There's a house coming up, walk past that.
and we'll branch off left into the tree line a bit. So a bit of a peace and quiet. I can show you the GPS and we'll sit down. See you in a minute. You alright guys, so I found somewhere picturesque to pitch up. A little bit of running water for you. So the GPS itself then, as I promised I'll show you. This is the base map that ships with the unit. It also does 150k, which I'll show you now. So you bring up the menu by hitting the quit button, main menu, find our map, select the map. Hope you're not getting glare off the screen. Right, so we've got base map enabled. That's the one that ships with the unit. So we disable that. 150k, that's what we want, so we're going to enable that. And then you quit all the way back to map. It's all blurry to mix, I'm zoomed right in, so there we go. As you can see, so that's 500 meters to scale at the minute on the map. 150k scale. It's really good. I mean, it's UK, full UK mapping on this one. Does the job. I don't tend to use it. I find the screen gets quite busy when I'm doing that. So if we ping that off by going to main menu, setup, map. There's loads of different variables on this. You can have loads of different bits of information on the screen at any one time. I try and keep it to a minimum just because it makes life a bit easier. So we disable that map, enable the base map, and we're back to, oops, there we go, we're back on our base plate mapping now. So the red line is when I switched the unit on. That's where I started. If you hover the actual arrow on the thing, it'll give you a distance to your target as well, so that's 40 meters away. So to snap back to myself, the blue arrow, literally hit quit and it'll snap to you. So it's got a trip computer, gives you all of your elevation, speed and blah 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 blah, if that's what you're into. It's got a compass. The compass it is working now. I lost reception just a minute ago, so it's got a compass built into it as well. On your main menu there, and some of your options then, so you've got waypoint manager. You can add your own waypoints. If you find a point, there's a button on the unit called mark. You literally tap mark, it will mark that position on the unit. You can give it a name and save it, so if there's anything of interest you want to save and come back to later, you can do. In my case, I've been using it for finding caves around the Mendips with. I also used it when I went to Spain as well, just to find a hotel. It worked absolutely fine for that. So your route planner, you can create routes as well. You can create a route on your PC at home. There's some free route mapping software, I can't remember the name of it now. So you create your route. You don't have to convert it to a GPX file for the unit to read. There's a website called GPSvisualizer.com that'll convert any files into the right format for the unit to read. So that's GPSvisualizer.com, nice and easy, free to use, does the job. So your track manager then, so these are some tracks. Pennyvan in Wales, which I showed you a little while ago. Llanberis when I went to Snowdon, climbed up Snowdon with the other half, and also Ben Nevis. So let's just, for argument's sake, select Ben Nevis. You can view the place on the map. So that's the track itself. And just for argument's sake, if I hit go, so it's saying the route is 16.2k, so if I hit go, it will tell me, oops, it should show me how far away I am from it. It doesn't look like it's done it. It's one of those things you've got to play around with it. It's not the most intuitive of devices, shall we say. So that's how you use your unit anyway, for finding your tracks. You can also delete them once you're done with them. So on your setup then, you can have your display set up any which way you want, battery save on. Mine goes off after a minute. I keep 6 items maximum on the grid to stop it getting too busy. You can also set it to beep when you're near a unit. You've got your position formats then, so mine's on WGS84, that's the general standard one. If you're trying to get units from Google, if you find something on Google maps you want to put on here. So you plumb the coordinates in. What I did find is it was off, it was inaccurate because I was using the wrong map data, and Google Maps uses something different. So I put a hotel on mine, and when I put it onto the unit and brought what I thought was a hotel on the unit up, it was actually putting me in the sea. So make sure you get your map datums right if you're going to use Google Maps for grid references. Yeah. So it does geocaches as well. You can also use it for car navigation. I wouldn't recommend it, it's not brilliant for that. Get yourself a dedicated sat nav for that. So it's got all these weird and wonderful things on there. Area calculation, it's got a calculator, photo viewer, why you'd want one I don't know. Calendar, alarm clock, I don't know, you might use it if you're I don't know, in the middle of nowhere, and that's all you've got. Stopwatch, yeah, no dramas. Sun and moon, so it does your sun and moon calculations. So I bring that up. It'll tell you what time the sunrise, what time the sunset is. So it's estimated about 9:30 tonight. Also gives you the option to select your satellites. We're on GPS and GLONASS at the minute, so that's using the standard GPS. It's also using the Russian stuff as well. So I've got quite a few satellites locked in already by the looks of it. So yeah, it's not the easiest units to get to grips with, but if you're going to buy one, certainly play around with it first. If you find you turn it on in the house and it's just coming up with a question mark instead of a solid arrow, that's because you've not got line of sight to satellite. You need to be outdoors, it has to have a view of the sky, otherwise it's just not going to work. So yeah, 250 quid for the unit. You can buy it with the base maps or without the base maps. The base maps does come on a like an SD card, and before you ask, no, you can't copy it because it's encrypted and won't let you do it. I was going to do a copy for my mate, but they've encrypted it. So is it worth buying with the unit? I'd say yes, because it's quite expensive on its own just for the SD card. So if you do find one on offer, even if you don't plan on using a 50k map in all the time, it's worth buying it with the unit because it works out a lot cheaper. Okay. So it's not like the most in-depth review you're going to find on this unit, however it's just a basic overview of what you can expect if you do buy the unit. I'm very happy with it. So I'm going to grab some food in just a second, sit down, and I'll catch you in a bit. Yeah, alright guys, well that's it for today from Matt and Bear Outdoors. I'm back home doing a bit of video editing. Hopefully I should have this out to you today. I'm joined by my lazy ass cat. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you soon.